through procurement, through sales and production, and different submodules, right?
Hmm.
And and another posting comes directly from the FI. Okay, what I am explaining as of now from the FI perspective means directly you can post any entry, GL, manual GL, JVs from the FI, and this T code FB50, FB60, FB70, these all are considered as, you know, manual posting. So for manual posting, you should not select this GL as a reconciliation. Keep it blank. Keep this GL reconciliation. You should not select anything. Keep
Hmm.
this field as a blank, because I think none of the GL I have created as a reconciliation account. Okay?
ठीक है.
And
नहीं
also
यहाँ
you
पे.
have checked.
Hmm.
Also you
Yeah,
have
tell
checked
me.
this check mark
Hmm.
is meaning. I have explained, if you click this check mark means you are restricting your posting only to the local currency, which is INR in your case. In your local currency means company code currency.
Hmm.
If you have defined any currency for any accounting principle like USD or euro, so this GL, whatever the amount you post in this GL, that will not be posted in other currency which you have defined during your currency setup. So
Hmm.
better to just keep this check blank
Okay.
also. And
Hmm.
if you go here na, this is okay, short key.
Hmm.
So in
इसमें ना,
this control, हाँ बोलो.
in this bank interest tab or keyword tab you go.
हाँ,
हाँ, what is
see
this
all
account
field.
field option?
हाँ, all field optional. So actually the recommendation as for HANA recommendation is, you have created this,
Yeah, yeah.
है. You should keep for this general accounting. You should keep general means the field of this GL
Hmm.
wherever you use means in FB50 you are using this GL in FB50.
Hmm.
This field status where you use this GL, only text and assignment will give the mandatory field as a input
Okay.
mandatory. ठीक है.
Hmm. ठीक है.
अगर तुम ये रख दिए ना, ये भी रख सकते हो, यानी कि यू आर नॉट रिस्ट्रिक्टिंग योर जीएल, है ना. यू आर गिविंग like information that all whatever the field, these all field should be optional. कुछ भी मैंडेटरी नहीं है, कुछ भी मैंडेटरी मत
Hmm.
दो इस जी. ठीक है ना.
ठीक
See
है.
this restriction is coming from field status variant. Do you remember these all class field status
Hmm.
variant? वो suppress
Hmm.
optional and required.
हाँ, वो ग्रे आउट हो जाता है, कहीं पे और लिखना रहता है,
Correct.
येलो
See,
ब्लैंक रहता है.
these all explanation na, whatever I have given in previous 3, 4 or 5 classes, that all you are asking na Rohit that day ki what interviewer will ask the question in interview, right? So these all basic question they will ask. What is field status variant? What posting key controls? पोस्टिंग की क्या क्या कंट्रोल करता है? तो फील्ड स्टेटस वेरिएंट को कंट्रोल करता है, नंबर रेंज को करता है. मैंने एक्सप्लेन किया था. वॉच माय वीडियो, प्रीवियस वीडियोस टू अंडरस्टैंड मोर, क्योंकि वही पूछेंगे ये. ठीक है ना. एंड दैट इज वेरी बेसिक, एंड दैट इज हेयर फ्रॉम हेयर लिंकिंग दे हैव गिवन द लिंकेज.
Hmm.
तो अब इसमें क्या करना है, ये सिलेक्ट करना कभी भी YB01 फॉर अ जनरल लेजर मीन्स फॉर कैश अकाउंट और एक्सपेंस अकाउंट. ठीक है.
Okay.
और एनी इनकम. बट कॉस्ट के लिए, एक्सपेंस के लिए आप कॉस्ट अकाउंट ये चूज कर सकते हो. ठीक है ना.
ठीक है.
सिंपली व्हाट यू डू, आप फील्ड स्टेटस में जाकर के देखोगे कि YB04 या YB01 में क्या क्या मैंडेटरी फील्ड तुमने दिया है एंड क्या क्या ऑप्शनल दिया है. व्हाट आर द थिंग्स दैट यू हैव गिवन ऑप्शनल एंड मैंडेटरी और सप्रेस. सप्रेस का तो छोड़ दो. ओके. बट ऑप्शनल मैंडेटरी क्या दिया है? अब यहाँ पे ब्रैकेट में लिखा है विद द टेक्स्ट एंड असाइनमेंट. So whenever you post this GL ना, you know this is the mandatory field, this text field. यहाँ पे देखो, यहाँ पे टेक्स्ट फील्ड आएगा एक. you go, देख रहे हो ना ये टेक्स्ट फील्ड, ये मैंडेटरी. ये जब तक नहीं टेक्स्ट पे भरोगे तब तक सिस्टम विल गिव द एरर. इट विल नॉट अलाउ टू गो फर्दर. सिस्टम विल नॉट
Okay.
अलाउ टू गो फर्दर. ठीक है. देखो
हम्म.
टेस्टिंग करके दिखाते हैं. लेट्स से सेव इट. ठीक है, अभी चेंज कर दिया ना. हिट एंटर, पोस्ट इट अगेन.
सरफराज बीच बीच में डिस्कनेक्ट हो रहा है, वो मुझे ही हो रहा है, सबको हो रहा है.
मुझे तो
डिस्कनेक्ट
क्लियर है.
क्लियर है.
अभी क्लियर है रोहित?
हाँ अभी आ रहा है. नहीं बीच बीच में वॉइस ब्रेक हो गया, डिस्कनेक्ट हो रहा है, फिर कनेक्ट हो रहा है, ऐसा हो रहा है.
अभी ठीक है.
हाँ अभी आ रहा है.
अभी देखो, हिट एंटर. सी, सिस्टम हैज टेकन, राइट.
या
अभी इस जीएल पे कौन सा जीएल लिया? ये जीएल पे क्रेडिट. टेक्स्ट पूछा नहीं. क्यों नहीं पूछा? यू वांटेड टू सी व्हाई टेक्स्ट इज नॉट आस्क्ड. अब ये ओपन करके देखो. ये जो है ना, ये YB01, तुम्हारा फील्ड स्टेटस ओपन करके देखो. 994 फील्ड स्टेटस ओपन करने का क्या टी कोड है? OB आई थिंक C4. चेक फील्ड स्टेटस वेरिएंट. सी, एक्चुअली बिकॉज आई एम एक्सपीरियंस, तो मेरे को याद है. आई जस्ट रिमेम्बर दीज टी कोड्स, ऑल स्टैंडर्ड फंक्शनैलिटी, ऑल स्टैंडर्ड टी कोड्स. ठीक है. सो यू विल बी हैबिचुएटेड. लाइक तुम भी अगर कॉन्फ़िगरेशन करोगे ना, तो ट्राई टू व्हाट यू डू, ट्राई टू जस्ट फर्स्ट ऑफ ऑल द बेस्ट रिकमेंडेशन टू गो बाई SPRO. ठीक है ना. बेस्ट कंसल्टेंट दे ऑलवेज गो SPRO. ठीक है ना. यहाँ पे, so that you will not lose your control, means you will be here, from here you will be able to understand that this is you are doing the FI finance configuration. ठीक है ना. So the best recommendation if you are going means people, I mean SAP, given the recommendation to go by. But once you become experienced, then you will be habituated to go by this T code, क्योंकि T code you will be remembering that stage. ठीक है. तो अब you search your field status variant. Let's see, 9949. Select field status group. See, YB01, right? This is YB01 which you have used in this GL, right?
या करेक्ट.
YB01. See what YB01 is saying. Double click, go to general data, you find where the text. See, text, I think that day I have given text as an optional. ठीक है.
या
Let's test here. You just check here required entry. ठीक है. Save it. Now check how system is behaving. Your entry, this is your entry, right? This is your entry, correct?
करेक्ट.
Go back again, try to post again. Maybe 500 credit. Once I hit enter, what system is asking? First of all, see, an entry is required in item text field, right? Rohit? Guys, are you there?
I'm here. I think his voice disconnected again.
हाँ Sarfaraz.
Now you can see this error.
Yeah,
An
it's there.
entry is required in the item text
Item
field.
text.
Because why it is required? Because here also you have assigned your GL 3000 na, this one salary GL as a YB01. Okay,
Okay.
YB01 you have assigned, and in a bank also you have assigned YB01. So YB01 is taking this line item. They are asking text field should be mandatory. So give any salary paid. Okay, hit enter. Then it's asking again, it's asking in a second line also 100. Salary paid from bank. या ऐसे लिख दो, कुछ भी लिख दो, HDFC. Enter. Simulate. See, now you are going to post this entry. You have posted. Can you see this? Document is posted. So understood these things like this control.
Yes, Sarfaraz.
Yeah. So Ansar has joined or not?
He joined.
Joined. So let's start without delaying our. Today we are going to start purchase tax. Purchase and sale tax in SAP S/4HANA, right? Okay. So can somebody tell me what is purchase and sale tax? What is tax actually? Once government is applied tax in every country. There's a different tax rules where company government will take tax out of any transactions or out of any uh, you know selling of goods and purchasing of goods, right? So they will have a different tax slabs or different tax brackets depending on the country's government requirement. So like one in India, they will have a different tax procedures, and in US they will have a different tax procedures, and European country they will be having a different tax procedures, right? So like in USA, tax calculation is based on their jurisdiction, I think. But in India, they will be government will charge the tax from from the different states as well as center, right? So basically what happens, uh, government will take like if you purchase some goods from the vendor, what happens, uh, government has made the one parameter that they have to collect the tax out of any purchase and sale of goods, right? So before GST, it was different tax slabs in India was applied in India, but now when GST came into picture and when it is applied in India, so taxation almost became, you can say, easy. The calculation of the tax became easy. Calculation method became easy because before GST we used to have you used to pay many taxes, many like excise duty will have some uh, you know mm, many taxes like education tax in particular, purchasing of the goods, and many tax slabs like different complexity we used to have when before GST. But now when GST was implemented, it was quite easy compared to the previous one. So what happens, because suppose let me give you an example. We will have Delhi and Hyderabad. And Mumbai. So if any business take place from Delhi to Delhi, okay, okay, so any business take place from Delhi to Delhi, so you can say that this is intrastate business, intrastate purchase and sales. So in intrastate purchase and sale, they have a different government will apply you can say CGST or IGST, CGST and SGST. So the full form of CGST is Central GST, and GST goods and service tax. Okay, so central GST and state GST. And when business take place from one state to another state, okay, so in this case IGST will be applied. Very tax slab is very simple in India nowadays, so it is not very tough. Configuration also you will not find very tough. It's a very easy. So IGST. IGST will be applied. So what is the recommendation of government is whatever the total value of that particular invoice. Now suppose you are purchasing any goods worth of suppose 1000. Okay, so government has decided that they will take government has put the slab like he will collect 18% of total value of invoice. Total 18% of total invoice. So if you are purchasing any goods worth of rupees 1000, so you have to pay 18% of 1000 to government. So in the form of, if this business is interstate business, intrastate means this terminology you will be finding in your project. Interstate means business take place within same state, means Delhi to Delhi any places like in Hyderabad, any places in Hyderabad. Okay, Mumbai, like Maharashtra, not just Mumbai, it's you can say Maharashtra. Yeah. Delhi is a union territory, so I kept Delhi as a state, so that in any places of Delhi, if you do the transaction, it will apply CGST and SGST. So interstate and intrastate means business take place within two different. ठीक है. So 18%. So in this case, if business happens in Delhi to Delhi, so government what CGST and SGST. I will be using a short form SGST, CGST, so that you will be able to understand, because in your project this thing will be applied. So 9% you have to give to center as a center GST, and 9% you have to give as a state GST. Right? Correct. And
Yes,
if
sir.
it is a two different you know intrastate intrastate business. Okay. In case of interstate business, so for same transaction only IGST will be applicable 18%. Right. This is very simple concept. Government is saying that if same if business is happening in the same state means I need my part, center part, 50-50, right? 50 you just forward to me and 50 you take it. Okay, and two different state means I will collect all. Okay, 18%, because two different state means belongs in one country. Okay, so I'll be taking 18% in that case. Okay, so this is the rule. Same thing we have to configure. This is the very simple. Like if I give one example, if you are purchasing any goods, spending out of this goods, like expense. Suppose your your journal entry of expenses of goods, including the GST, would be expenses account debit, GST, account debit, and sorry, debit, expense, debit, and to bank account. Or you can say you have vendor account, a vendor या purchaser vendor account. Expenses account, 100 rupees का expense है. Okay, and 18% out of 100 means 18 rupees. let me take a simple example. Taking the GST, I'm not bifurcating GST into CGST and SGST. I'm just only explaining you the GST part. So expenses, you have purchased the goods, 100 rupees worth of 100 rupees, and you are paying out of this 18% as a GST, right? So you will be liable to pay to the vendor is 118 rupees. Okay, 180 rupees. Correct? This entry you able to understand? Very simple. Correct, na? This expense is 100 rupees. This is your, the price of the goods. And GST you are going to pay 18% to the government, like vendor. So vendor will give you the invoice, 180 rupees, and 180 rupees you have to pay to the vendor. So this is 118 rupees is the liability of yours. Okay. So same entry you have to just, your system should be calculated this. So how these things will be set up in the SAP so that this entry will be calculated when you make any invoices in your system. So in that case, system should be automatically calculated the GST part, taxation part. So let's see one by one in your system. You will be understanding there. So let me explain here. So these are the configuration of your tax in SAP. So we 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So 7 configuration if we do in SAP, your tax will be set up and it will be calculated. Your tax code will be created in SAP. Your tax procedure, India tax procedure will be created in SAP. So these all combination we have to set up in the SAP, right? So basically let me show you here, like SPRO, financial accounting, financial global setting, tax and sales and purchase, basic setting, okay, and check calculation procedure. Click here. First of all, let me show you the procedure, how the tax will be calculated in your system. Only, procedure is nothing but a logic, right? How some procedure, in order to do something, there should be some process, procedure in order to complete some work, some task. So in order to calculate the tax, what are the logic, how the calculation procedures we have to set up in SAP so that whenever we uh, you know post any invoice, system should automatic calculate this tax out of the invoice value. Okay, suppose like let me give you a simple example. In order to calculate some what do you say, any process, like it is given like 20, no, 23, somewhere 54, somewhere 80, 89. Okay, so if you know, if you know, in your question, in a general question, if asked like, you know, some, you know, find the total sum of given details. Yeah, area, what you do, you have to, like, you know, you apply some process. What is the process? Addition. Total sum means the process is addition. You will add this plus this plus this plus this, right? But in SAP, it has given SUM, one formula. If you drag it or everything, you know, system will calculate automatically 186. How system is calculating? From here 20 to 89. In the same way, you know, the process, I mean, you know, uh, tax procedure will be calculated in a system. Tax procedure will be set up in the system, so that we have to, because we have to give the logic. System doesn't know anything. System has given, SAP has given one box, and you know, given some information that you need to calculate your tax, you know, based on some parameter. Okay, suppose you have this 100 rupees. So you can just analyze here how 100 rupees, how 18 rupees is calculating. You have applied the formula here, na? Equal to 100 multiply 18, right? Or 18%. 18. So what is the meaning of this? You are giving the information to the system that take the base value as 100, multiply it with the tax rate. Okay. So tax rate, how system is know which is tax rate? You need to create the tax code. Okay, tax code. In tax code, suppose X1, you have created tax code as X1. In X1, you have given some information like CGST is equal to 9% and SGST is equal to 9%. And suppose you have given some name. CGST is actually basically terminology of your taxation point of view, right? But you suppose you know, SAP has given the recommendation that you take any number, you assume any number. Yeah, so you take as a, suppose you know, any number like your company code 99 and this CG or CG99, so that you will be able to understand. Okay, central GST of 99, SG99, say you know, state GST of 99, IGST for IGST, you know, IG99. And the best recommendation, and this you map it to 18%. So best recommendation that SAP has given, take as JICG, JICG, JISG and JIIG. Mean JI, he has recommended to take JI and CG means CGST, JI, SG, SGST, JI, IG, IGST. Okay. So you will find in the most of the company this tax code, tax key you can say, and this tax key is called condition type in SAP language. Okay. This is called condition type in SAP. Okay. So we have to create condition type in SAP. Okay. And we have to create tax code. We have to create tax code, and we have to create the process which is called procedures. I have explained here procedure in order to calculate out of this. Okay, this is procedure, right? This is procedure. It's all put together is a procedure, right? Yeah. And based on your condition, you have to give this condition here, map here condition, and this is the base amount. Okay, this is condition of GST, and based on the condition, system will calculate this 18 in a tax procedure. So let's see how tax procedure looks like in SAP. So SAP has given many tax procedures, country wise, and because this is test server, so many people has created many tax procedure. So let me show you. I have created one tax procedure. Okay. If you open this, select this and open. I will show you first. Let me show you this tax procedure, and then I will show you how to create the tax procedure of your company. Okay. So basically, this is the tax procedure. It's a kind of just treat this as an Excel sheet. Right? So try to understand very carefully here. So in the step means system has defined like this. Step by step is first step. You give stepwise. Okay, all 1 to 10. Okay, step and condition. See, when I'm just you click now here, then you can hold your right mouse and then you can drag it. Right? If you want to drag this, okay, you can try. So take this condition type. Condition type. You'll understand once it will complete, and you'll be able to understand. This is a description, nothing but the condition type description. And from and to. I'll show you what is from and what is to. From and to. And one more key you can see here, account key. Let me know. Account key. If I explain here in Excel sheet, then you will be able to understand, you will be able to pick up, fast. Okay. So in step 1, see very carefully here, what you're giving information to your system. In step 1, you take condition type as a BSB. Means what? BASB. BASB. BASB is equal to BASB is base value. Got this point? Here I have taken base value. Here base value. I'm assuming that base value is expenses. This line. So in first line I am giving the information to the SAP system in step 10. See 10, 20, 30. You can take 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 also, but best recommendation of SAP is take 10, because if you take 1, so somewhere system will not identify. There is some gap in in SAP system. SAP is a best practice. Always take 10, 20 or 100 or 200, 300, 400 like this in order to define your steps. So that's what I have taken 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70. This is your steps number only, serial number you can say. Okay. So take BSB as a base value, and how base value is calculated? How base value is calculated from which number? Nothing, right? Base value is a base value. Expenses, your 100 rupees expenses is your base value. Where that will be calculated? That will give, you have to give the information, in invoice we have to give the information, the base value. If base value will not give, means you are not, means there's no point of creating any invoice. So base value BSB, okay, it will take nothing, okay, all will be empty, and your configuration, your logic is starting from here in if JISG, JICG. First you take this. So JISG means SGST. How SGST will be calculated? From 2. From 2 means JISG means SGST, state GST. How it will be calculated? It is calculated on your base value. So give 10 from, give 10 here 2. From 10 to, you are giving information that to your system, SAP system. In a second line, you calculate SGST from 2 means from 10 means 10 means 10. What is the 10? Base value. So base value पे ही तुम्हारा ये calculate होगा. See, now you are going to guys, you are going to become a consultant, SAP consultant in future. So now you just understand the logic only, you know. All system will set up in the logic only, right? In that case, if you understand this thing now, it will be very easy to configure. So you are giving the system to calculate this SGST based on your base value, and any entry you have to, any entry, whatever the entry, whatever the transaction, it, you are going to post in SAP system, that each and every transaction will be posted in GL, right? So in GL means directly you should not give any kind of GL of SI, this SGST. For that,
सरफराज भाई
yes.
इसको फिर से जरा रिपीट कर दें, बेस वैल्यू तो समझ गया, उसके बाद थोड़ा सा रिपीट कर दें फिर से जरा.
Okay. So in base value, you understood this base value. Only you are giving the information base value, right?
जी जी.
You are not taking anything because you are only giving expense 100 rupees expense. That's it. But when you go in second line, this line, SGST line, JISG is nothing but SGST line, right? So how SGST will be calculated? Based on your base value. Yeah, yani if you give it 9% here, how system will take how system will calculate SGST? Base value multiply 9%. Correct? Because here in this line you are giving the information to the system. See how SGST will be calculated? 10. Take 10 means he will fetch the value from here and then calculate 9% of this base value. You got this?
हाँ सरफराज भाई 9% तो समझ गया. अगर 6% हो और उसमें भी अगर इसका इंटीग्रेशन हो इसी तरह का भी.
Tell me 6%.
मैं बोल रहा था जिस तरह टैली में या फिर क्विक बुक में मैं एंट्री करता हूँ, जैसे एक 100 रुपीज का बेस वैल्यू हो गया और उसमें एक CGST SGST का एक मैंने स्लैब डाल दिया कि 9% है CGST और SGST 9%, तो 9% का वैल्यू वो 100 रुपीज पे ले लेता है. लेकिन इसी तरह एक 6% का भी स्लैब डाल दिया जिसमें 6% CGST और 6% SGST है, तो 100 रुपीज का वो 6% प्लस 6% अलग अलग मतलब बांट देता है अलग अलग. इसी तरह क्या है?
Yes, उसी तरह कैलकुलेट होगा. ठीक है. In the same way it will be calculated, but we did not reach till there. We did not finish our configuration actually. Once we finish our configuration, then you will be able to understand that okay, this thing is calculating. Okay. First ये procedure समझो. ठीक है ना? So I am giving the system information that you calculate SGST on base value. Likewise, in the same way for CGST, take 10 and 10. CGST भी तो base value पे होता है ना? Correct? JIG किस पे होता है? base value पे होता है. Right? And if you are talking about output GST, JOSG what? JOSG, JOCG, JOIG. Meaning output, ये input. When you purchase any goods, you have to pay input tax, right? This is in case of purchase. Correct na?
Yeah, correct.
This is in case of purchase. And this in case of sale. So you have to pay output tax. Purchase, this is called input tax, and this is called output tax. What is the meaning of input tax? Whatever the tax you are paying, out of your purchasing, you have to take this credit in the future from the government, right? because you are paying this tax. Input tax is what is input tax? Input tax is when you are purchasing the goods from your vendor. So your vendor is charging 18% from you, and vendor is depositing that 18% to the government, and whatever the sales will happen, you are taking the in the reverse direction, you are taking the tax, you are keeping the tax of your customer, and whatever the input and minus output is coming, you have to pay to the government. This is called na, like you have to take the input tax credit. This terminology, you know that? Do you are you aware of this terminology? Input tax, output
Yes, sir.
tax,
Input output.
है ना?
Yeah.
Input output and tax credit, you will take the tax credit.
जी सर,
ठीक है?
got it.
So this in case of purchase, it is called input tax, sales, output tax. ठीक है ना? That's what for condition type it is JICSG and JOSG in case of output tax. And this will also be calculated on what? Base value. Correct? Okay. And account key. Account key is nothing but account key is mapped in the GL. Okay. So here only what you have to define account key as a JISG. The combination JS, JIC, JII, JOS, JOC, JOI. Got it? So इसमें क्या होगा ना? See, in system, in SAP system, we cannot directly define, assign your GL account. Background of this account key, this is what? This is variant. It's object. Inside of the object, you have to assign the GL account. Okay? Inside of the object, you have to assign the GL account. And GL in some other, in OB50, OB40, one T code is there. You have to assign there, so that if you assign there, what will happen? System will take and post, the GL taking this account key. So you have to assign in OB51. Once you open OB50, OB40, you have to give this key. Inside of the key, you have to give this, CGST, IGST, or SGST GL account. And first of all, before this, you have to create the GL. Before this, you have to create GL. GLs of all taxes. Okay. In the presentation way, I have written here, so that you will be, the purpose of, fresh, explanation is that you will be able to understand easily the way system calculates the tax. Same way I have given the configuration here, right? In the first way, we have to define the condition type. See here, same, same box I have written here. In step 1, you try to understand here. In the first step, you are taking as the condition type is a base value, base amount. Okay, I have written the description also, and we are giving nothing out of in this line. In the second line for SGST, okay, and condition type JISG, right? We are giving 10 10 means calculate this SCGST or IGST taking the value from the base value. Okay, likewise you can say same where I have wherever I have given the just I have explained you in the Excel sheet, plain Excel sheet I have already written here. You'd have better knowledge now in after explanation in the plain sheet. So here also you can see account key I have given, like this GIS and GIC, and then tax code also I have given the information that tax code is in this case 9% SGST, 9% CGST, and 18% IGST. So this is the mandatory. Actually I haven't taken from my own. This is as per income tax law. Okay, that this is law that government has given the bracket that 18% for some of the goods. He will take 18%, but some of the goods there's some different tax bracket like 6%, which Ansar mentioned, 6% and 12%, 8%, 15%. Okay, whatever the your company is deciding of a particular product. Okay, that product out of that product, that much of tax tax percentage will be calculated and deposited to the government. So for that percentage tax code will be created. So I have given only this much of example as of now, and in your I mean in the client, if whatever the tax code, whatever the tax rate is there, you have to create as such as much as tax code for tax rate. Yeah. So I have given like here like first of all, first configuration is define condition type. What condition type? This is the condition type. So our configuration is starting. That's what now we can able to first of all we need to just create this one. Okay, then we have to create this account key. This is nothing but we are giving the information. This is a formula, and this is the key. This is the configuration. This configuration we have to define, and when we define this configuration, this description will automatically, we have to give the description there. And second configuration is this account key. Third configuration is this all define your tax calculation procedure. This all whole. Third configuration, this all procedure you have to assign in your country. Country, IN country, India country. If you prepare this procedure, this is procedure. So if you are using for your US country, then in US maybe a different tax procedure. Whatever the procedure you prepare, you have to assign in your country, because tax is country specific, not company code specific. So that's what in the here you can see assign calculation procedure to country. This is the T code actually. Third is tax code. After defining your procedure, you create the tax. That's what I have marked a different color. Tax code. Okay. Tax code. Then for tax code, you have to create the GL account, different GL. And that GL will be assigned here in account key.
You said you will share this spreadsheet, right?
Are you
This
able to
whole
see spreadsheet?
Yes, but you said you will share this, right?
Oh, yeah, I'll share.
Okay.
Okay. So I am going to just quickly I am going to configure this. You just see, and wherever feel that you are not able to understand, you just ask me. Okay. So let me go to first configuration. Here calculation process. If you open your I think I showed you, before sessions, that you have to go to additional information, display key, IMG activity. So here the four character will show the your T code OBYZ, right? I have mentioned here OBYZ. Okay. If you open directly, you can type in your this T code box, and then if you hit enter, then that screen will come in front of you to configure. So you click here. So define condition type. See. So as I told you, like, system is giving the, standard recommendation that you take JICG, CGST, JIIG, IGST, JISG. Okay. SGST, and this is IGST and output GST, all three. Yani you have to create 6 condition type, 3 for input tax and 4 and 3 for output tax. So if you like, suppose I am going to configure this. Let me explain you, then I will tell you the configuration. I already configure, because this is the country specific. If we create more, then it will be difficult. So let me show you the configuration. Double click here. Okay, it will come that this will come as a blank. You have to give JICG and India CGST. Access sequence you have to give a GST, because this is standard India GST calculation sequence. Access sequence. Access sequence is nothing but under this key, it is defined that this is input tax or output tax. Means this condition type is input tax or output tax. Okay.
Does it show US tax as well, right? The recipe?
Yeah.
Choices.
It will be there.
Okay.
It will be there. It will be there. Use tax AC, use tax with jurisdiction. I think your tax in US, it will be on jurisdiction wise, right? Tax will be calculated on the jurisdiction wise.
Yes, it is different tax in different states.
Yeah. But in India, wherever
Yes,
basically,
yes,
the transaction happens. Yeah, where the supply of goods, based on the supply of the goods, right? So this concept is in India actually, in GST region. So this take as a, for input tax, they take as a GST. Okay, and only few configuration to prepare one condition type, to create one condition type. Now you are giving in the control data one, you are giving what? Tax. D is a taxes, right? This is nothing but condition type is for tax, and how tax will be calculated? Percentage wise, right? Percentage, you have to give percentage. System SAP has given much functionality based on the different requirements of a different country. Like in some of the country they will fixed amount. Okay, but in our country it is a percentage wise, right? And condition category take as a D. D for the tax.
The state I live is, I mean, I think it's the same in every state in US. The fixed percentage. I don't know if there is an option like fixed percentage or fixed amount. I see.
A fixed amount, but that will be calculated from the base value, na? Correct? Tax code will be created in US tax also. Correct, na?
Yes. Yeah.
In that case, you have to choose this percentage because I think 30% or 35%, right? So you have
No,
to.
it is different. It's 10% per state.
10% per state, right? So 10% means percent wise we have to calculate and select this item condition. Okay, this is nothing but condition. So item condition is nothing but the value will be picked up. So this standard functionality, it will be ticked automatically. If it is not ticked, you tick the amount percentage and item condition. The rest of the things we should not touch. These are the different configuration which is required in the different country or specific requirement. Then we have to go here, but this is the only standard. You have to give this tax, percentage tax, and this two tick mark and access sequence.
So
You
Nawaz,
save
here
it.
you are, sorry, you are saying here item condition. Is that on the condition of the product you are saying? Like if it is new
No.
or it
You
is
are
used?
you are just creating one
Oh, okay.
condition.
Okay,
है ना?
okay, got it.
So only you are giving the system information that this is the condition. Item condition means what? This is not header condition, this is item condition. Item condition means it will be calculated on your line item. Whatever the line you will give, like expense one line item, like miscellaneous expenses or rent expenses or any expenses, you can say that will be calculated on the line item. Okay. So you save it, then you will be getting this here, right? In the same way, like if I click here, let me show you by creating one. Suppose I already have taken this JISG. JISG means this is say state GST, right? SGST.
Yes.
So short form SGST, right? So you take like India SGST. You can type here also India SGST, and you type GST. What is this GST? A GST means if you click here, it will show you India GST access. Okay, this is a key which defines your input tax. Condition, this is the mandatory field. Yeah, you are saying somebody saying something. Condition class. What is the condition class? Percentage. Oh, sorry, taxes. Condition type, percentage. Condition category, tax. And amount and item condition. Okay. If you save it, see automatically what system is saying already exists the same key. Correct, na?
Yes.
It will not allow you. It will not allow you to create in the same key. It will be a duplicate, right? So system is saying that it is already created. You give another name. Correct, na? If you give like SG, JIG, GS, enter, it will accept. You got it? How to create this condition type? It's very simple, right? So likewise, you have to create this SGST, CGST, IGST for input tax. SGST, JOSG, JOCG, JOIG for output tax. ठीक है? Which I have created. System will not take because we already have created here. So this is very simple. You can just for practice you can create and take another this one key condition type. So one configuration is done. Go back. Don't save. Okay. And access sequence.
Sarfaraz bhai, Rohit is
Yeah.
not joining. Rohit is not joining. He has sent a message on WhatsApp. He is not able to join. He has joined now.
Who?
Rohit. He has joined.
Okay.
I think he has
He
problem.
joined. Rohit, are you there?
Yeah, Sarfaraz, just now you joined.
Just now you joined?
I have some network issues there. Like I'm trying for last 15 minutes.
God. Okay, so what I explained, Rohit?
Like you are doing configuration now in SAP.
Yeah, I'm doing configuration. So I have defined in the condition type, the same condition type, in order to calculate the tax procedure. First of all, this is first configuration we have to do in the SAP system. Okay.
Okay.
Second, this is the second account key in OBCN, create account key.
Actually, I am not able to see the screen.
Okay, so you can refer this,
No, I will
recording.
check the video. No problem. You can continue.
Yeah.
I think I have some network issue now. That's why it's getting problem now.
Okay. So in the second OBCN, you can see this OBCN, right? OBCN. You click here and you define your key, account key, JICJ, JIC, JII, JIS. This is the combination of your CGST account key, na, SGST account key, CGST account key, IGST account key for input tax, and this is the combination of uh, uh, you know uh, you know SGST, CGST, IGST for output tax. Configuration is very easy. Nothing you have to do. The only click here. You give JIC, give description, CGST input. JIC means CGST, CGST input. Okay, and hyphen underscore you give your company code name so that you will be able to identify, and give it to tax type. Give what tax type you are just creating. This is input tax, right? I for input, so input give as a 2, and posting separate line item. These two things you have to select. Separate line item means, so tax will be calculated separate in the separate line item, means like this. Somewhere I have given now one example like this, separate all expenses now, like this. Expense account debit, GST account debit, right? So you are giving the information to your system that give the separate line item of the GST, whatever the GST, will be posted under this account key. Give the separate line item, post the separate line item. Okay. So again I have done this configuration. You can do for your company code. Simply you have to, what you have to do, you take any JIC instead of JIC, you can take some other, any other, like JIC के जगह पे आप वो ले लो, वो JIS S should be there because you will be able to understand, right? This is for SGST. KIS लिख लो, K से शुरू कर लो. You can start from KIS, or your company code का कुछ भी digit रख लो, वो that one and IS. This combination, this is nothing but the key we have. So you can select your own key, है ना?
So key can be anything. I mean, is it not SAP specific?
No, SAP has recommended that once you do the configuration for any client, you will be taking this one only, because in your company only one account key and for input GST, and one account key for output GST will be there, correct na? But for the practice you can take, because already created this JIS, JIC, JII already created in the system. The same key combination will not take, right?
Okay.
But this is actually the SAP recommendation for any client, any company, that if you are creating your account key of any, your GST configuration, take this combination. ठीक है ना? So that SAP, will have a easy for SAP also to support, regarding any error is coming in the future, and you require any help from the SAP directly. So these all key combination, they will be able to understand. Okay. Okay, so second configuration is done. Third configuration. So in third configuration, what is saying? Define tax procedure. See this tax procedure. Okay, this tax procedure means from here to here, because here you have defined, you already defined condition type, you already defined account key. Now define tax procedure. Let's define tax procedure. Check and define procedure. Just we have seen in case of my company code. Okay, this I have defined for my. What you have to define, you take your own procedure. Okay, the new entry, and suppose 99 Z tax underscore 9949. See, it is taking only 6 digit. Okay, so what you take, Z tax 99. Don't give any underscore and all. And right here, tax procedure for India, tax procedure for 9949, okay na, hyphen India, so that you will be understand that this is my company code tax procedure I have created. Hit enter, select this, and click on control data. Okay, again you click new entry, because you are going to prepare the complete new tax procedure for your company code. Okay, give 10. I told you, same in the same way, in the same fashion, you copy. I think it will not be copied here. So take 20, 30, 40, 50, 60. So what I told you, don't take counter, this will automatically come. Okay, this is nothing but only some input field which will take from the background, should not touch this one. Only we have to give condition type. So what condition type you will give for base amount? Click here, BASB. I told you na, BASB. See, system is giving BASB, and you have to give nothing out of this, because and the base value you are giving some information. In the second line, you are giving SGST, you are going to calculate SGST, right? Take JISG for SGST. How to calculate? 10 and 10. What would be the account key? Account key here, somewhere. Account key. What would be the account key? JIS. See, JIS, input tax. Okay, JIS, input tax. SGST का input tax. Select this. Take JICG, CGST, JICG, this one. How to calculate? From your base value. And what you take account key, because in this you will be giving your GL number, GL account, JIC. For IGST, you take JIIG, 10 10. ठीक है, JII. ठीक है, it will come here, but I remember then I have given JII. Now for output tax, JOSG, output tax. How to calculate? Same, from base value. What would be the account key? JOI. I'm sorry, JOS, right? Not I, JOS, because SGST. Then JOCG, 10 10. Here JOC, CGST. For IGST, JOIG, IGST output. 10 10 in the base value it will be calculated. And here JOI, IGST output. Hit enter. See, and save it. Save your configuration. Okay, now your configuration, this procedure have been defined. This is also done. This three things has been done. Okay. Assign calculation procedure to country. Go to assign country to calculation procedure. ठीक है, OBBG. ठीक है, country, you find your country. Position, go to IN is nothing but India is country. Hit enter. Okay, see, I have assigned the procedure of mine, right? My, ठीक है, Z tax C, है ना? So you can assign your, ठीक है. Suppose if I assign Z tax which I have created, this one 99 for India, so all the setting of 99 will take place. ठीक है, So I have assigned this one, you can assign yours. You save it. Okay. So better what you do, you take only, everybody can take only one procedure. ठीक है ना? So that suppose Josna is creating their own procedure and Ansar is creating own procedure. So everybody will change the configuration. Means if they post any document, system will check that this procedure have been assigned in country or not. Okay, so take only one procedure, Z tax 99, either Z tax 99 or any or mine, this one. Okay, so that this is system test server, so everybody will not conflict, otherwise system will ask assign your tax procedure. Okay, so take any one tax procedure. I have given this training only to make you understand these tax procedure calculation. Otherwise I would have taken this only, mine, which I have created. In this you already have assigned. Now you have to create tax code for your purchase. Tax code, this tax code. In first configuration, again you have created your condition type as a CGST, SGST, IGST. In the second configuration, you have created your account key for SGST, CGST, IGST. In the third configuration, you define your procedure. Okay. In the fourth configuration, this procedure you have assigned in your country. Okay. And fourth configuration, you are going to create the tax code. Okay. In FTXP T code. Tax code creation will be in calculation. This node. Define tax code for sales and purchase. Create IN and tax code. See, in Excel sheet, I will show you. I have created the tax code like this. G1, okay, 12% CGST, SGST, this combination. G2, CGST plus SGST 18%. Why? Because you are giving, if you select G1, if you select G1, so and CGST, SGST, so tax will be bifurcated in 6%, 6%. If you select G2, tax will be bifurcated into CGST and SGST 9% and 9%. So what you do, instead of G1, you take any one, like V1. Take V1, V2, V3, V4, and it's A1 means output tax, A2 output tax. This you create in the system. What is the percentage of this? You take like this one, and you copy same, so that you will be able to create in the system. Sufficient place. Okay. So you create this tax code V1. Take V1, hit enter. Okay. Give this description. This is the description. Take the description. Input CGST plus SGST 18%. You take one. You create one. First of all, let's create one and test on your invoice. Then we will create more tax code. Take this CGST plus SGST 18%. CGST plus SGST is 18%. Tax type, go here. tax type you have to give input tax, because this is the input tax which you are going to create. V. Click here. See, for input tax V1 you are creating, which is the condition type, which is the GL account. Actually you have to give the percentage. See, for try to understand like this. For tax codes, CGST plus SGST. CGST and SGST. So what is the condition? See, you have to give this account key and condition type. The combination of account condition type and account key. You have to give this rate, percentage, rate of the tax code, right? So for CGST, for SGST, sorry, this one, input tax SGST, account key is JIS and your condition type is JISG. You verify here. For input tax SGST, your account key is JIS and your condition is JISG. You first write here JISG and JIS. Okay, so this is the combination you have to assign your percentage 9% and JICG JIC. You have to give 9%. First of all, you guys tell me this combination. Are you able to understand?
Yes.
Ansar, Rohit?
Rohit is
Yes,
not
sir.
here. I guess he has a trouble joining.
Okay, okay. So Ansar, this combination you have to give in your system. So based on this combination JIS and JISG, you give 9. JIC and
Instead of
JICG.
J, it can be anything now, or it's a SAP specific. You said right?
What specific
J,
SAP
using J, alphabet is SAP specific, or it
Yeah,
can be
this
any
is a
letter.
specific. Yeah, SAP specific.
Okay.
JI, so that input tax JI, J, it's a standard. IS means input tax SGST, input tax CGST, input tax IGST. Okay, output tax SGST और output tax CGST, output tax IGST. ठीक है, वैसे ही कंडीशन में देख लो input tax SGST JISG, because 4 character in condition type you have to take 4 character, and in account key you have to take only 3 character, means 3 character only system has given the facility to give only keep account key as a 3 character, not more than 3 character. Okay, so you are going to bifurcate 18%. You have given the information that whenever this tax code V1 is used in the invoice or any posting, it is going to bifurcate based on the account key 9%. 9% मतलब जब भी आप उसमें एक V1 लगाओगे 18% गवर्नमेंट का गवर्नमेंट चार्ज करेगी, तो गवर्नमेंट रूल इज दैट SGST and CGST will be calculated in the separate line. And how separate line will be calculated? You already have given the information in account key, right? It should be posted in the separate line. Hit enter, save it, that this is saved. one tax code you have created 18% input tax code. Okay. Now let's create a one IGST. IGST as a V2. So V2 enter IGST 18%, IGST 18. Oh, sorry. Input IGST 18%. Take this as a input tax code. Hit enter. Okay. V2 same. So you are going to create this V2 and this automatically 9% is coming. Is it correct? No, it is not correct. That IGST means what? In this line you have to give total 18%. This should be 0 because in interstate only IGST in one line will be calculated. It will not be a bifurcated, right? Save it. Okay. So IGST, CGST and SGST, it is you have created. Now you create two different output tax. A1. You give output tax as a SGST, CGST. Here tax type would be output tax. Hit enter. Okay. Now here you come here. JOS and JOC. Give 9. Give 9. Hit enter. Save it. For A2, create A2. Output tax. Hit enter. Output tax IGST. This one. Tax type, output tax. Hit enter. And JOI. You give 18%. Save it. Okay, your tags have been created. Now your creation of tags have been done. Now what you have to do? Now you have to create GL account. What GL account you have to create? You have to create this much of GL account. What? You have created one V1. Okay, you have created one V2. Correct, na? So for V1 you have to create what? This GL account. CGST, SGST 18% GL account. फिर IGST GL account. You have created this as a V2. A1 and A2. Okay. Same GL account you have to create. Okay. Let's create GL account. Open a session. FS00 and take create this. Take first of all you check how many in 9949. How many asset? See input tax is what? Input tax. You have paid. The tax to the vendor, and that particular tax you are going to take the benefit. Benefit means you are going to take input tax credit. Okay, so that is your asset actually. Am I correct, Ansar and Josna?
जी सर साहब
Correct, na? Josna, any confusion in this?
Tax is little confusing, but I have to revise the whole video. It's little.
No. Tax. This tax. What I'm going to create the GL of this GST part. So my question is, this tax is what? Tax is a liability. Which account group that tax comes? It's a liability or asset or expenses. What?
Tax.
Input. Yeah. Tax means input tax. Means input tax
Input
means
tax.
what? Yeah.
Input
Whenever
tax.
you purchase, whenever you purchase any goods, you have to pay the tax to the government, right? And whatever the tax you pay to the vendor, you have to take the input credit, correct?
If you are
Input credit
taking,
means that's your asset, na?
yes. If it is a input,
That's
it's a credit. Then if it is
asset.
not,
Asset.
yeah.
Yeah. And if it is output, it is your liability, because
So
once you
it
sell,
is not. Does it come into the income statement in the income expenses? No.
no. Out of expenses, it is calculating. See. I have given one that here only. See, expense account debit, GST account debit, and vendor account to vendor. Okay. So expense, see, expense 118 rupee GST, and vendor to vendor you are going to pay 180 rupees. Correct, na?
My
Correct.
question is like it's a debit account, but doesn't it come under income statement? You said asset, right? It's a balance sheet account. Is it a
No,
balance sheet
doesn't.
account or income statement
It is.
account?
It is a balance sheet. Balance sheet. Na?
Okay.
It will appear to the balance sheet. It's a tax, na? Tax, your tax, input tax. Always you just check in your taxation book. You'll find that input tax is a part of your asset. Correct? Because you have to take the benefit, na? See, the concept of tax is whenever you pay. So once you, if you are running any business, and if you are purchasing, any goods to sell further, right? So whatever the tax you have paid, जितने भी टैक्स आपने पे किया है परचेज के लिए, उस टैक्स को आपको बेनिफिट लेना है, वो गवर्नमेंट से आपको लेना है, वापस लेना है, करेक्ट ना? दैट्स योर इन सेलिंग में, जब जब गुड्स आपने खरीदा है और फिर उस गुड्स को बेचा है, वेन एवर यू आर गोइंग टू सेल द गुड्स, और उस गुड्स को सपोज करो तुम 120 रुपए में बेच दिए, राइट?
Acha, considering it as a profit, it will be an asset account. Okay.
है ना? So so input tax minus output tax, whatever the tax, the balance is there, you have to pay to your government. Okay. So the practical will come once we configure everything. Then the practical will come during our posting. Then one GST report is there. When we run that GST report, then you will be able to understand clearly. Okay. So see, he has prepared 1000, 1001, 1003. Okay. Try to create this one more as a. I'll stop now in or else can we just continue on Saturday creating this GST GLs and
Yes.
assignment of GL into your account key, and then we can post the documents. ठीक है? 2 points remaining to be completed. One is creating the GL of all GSTs which we have defined, and then we'll assign the GLs into the account key. Okay. This 2 configuration we will continue from here on Saturday. Okay, guys.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you. Bye.